Hi, good evening. My name is Becca Lago. I'm one of the owners of Ginger and Juice Bar in Miami, and welcome to Smoothie Sistas Live. However, today we're actually not making a smoothie. We are going to be making a juice. So I guess we could say welcome to Juicy Sistas Live. For those of you who don't know, and this is your first episode that you're watching, my sister Miriam and I opened up a juice bar in March of this year. And unfortunately, we had to close in March of this year. Our mission is essentially to bring a healthy alternative to fast food to all of our customers and to all of the people around us. So that's the reason that Smoothie Sistas evolved, because even though our doors are closed, we still want to be able to bring healthy recipes and healthiness to your lives. So I hope you really love the recipe that I've created for you today. It's called Gimme All the Greens, and as you can see, let me just grab my fruits and veggies here. You can see, gimme all the greens. We have a ton of greens for you today. We've got spinach and cucumber, green pepper, green apple, celery, and a very special thing that we are going to be featuring today is CBD oil. It's kind of hard to see that. But this is a special edition. This is their mint. This is by Kadence Naturals with a K. If you're interested, you can go ahead and follow them on Instagram. And we are going to be adding that into our juice today. All right, so as I said, this one is called Gimme All the Greens. There's a few differences between a smoothie and a juice. And I would say the main difference is that a juice is going to really extract all the fiber out of those fruits and vegetables. So it's going to be less filling because you don't have the fiber, and it also tends to have more sugar, which is a huge reason why you want to make sure that you don't just load up on a bunch of fruits, but you also want to put vegetables in there. So we have something like a cucumber, which is extremely low to no sugar in there. We've got green pepper. We have spinach, which is really a great addition to that, and we have celery, which is low in sugar, and then you do want to have a little bit of fruit in there as well, just to make it taste good. So we are adding some green apple into that, and you can put lemon or lime. The good benefit about juicing, though, is that because it extracts the fiber, your body really just absorbs that a lot faster. It goes right into your blood. And really, the other great thing is you are able to put just a ton of superfood right into one glass. So if you pile up the fruits and vegetables, and you'd have to be eating salad all day to get all those nutrients. But when you go on like a juice cleanse, sorry about that, or you do a glass of juice, whether it be a meal replacement or whether it be breakfast or whenever you want to do that, you're getting a lot of those superfoods without having to eat a ton of food. And as I said before, because it's not as filling. So without further ado, I think we will get started. We are going to start here. If you have a juicer that you're working with, just make sure that you close the top of that. And we use the Omega juicer right here. Really, any type of juicer will work for this, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, let's put that on. So let's see, the first ingredient that we have is 2 sticks, and really my celery today is a little bit smaller, so I'm using 4 sticks. Just really use your judgment, and if you love celery, put a little bit more. If you don't like celery, put a little bit less, but we're using 2 sticks of celery. It's going to go right into your juice today. Go ahead and just press that down. I don't know, for those of you who follow Medical Medium, I spent almost a year waking up in the morning and I would juice 16 ounces of celery. Very good for your digestive system, and it really did make me feel good. I guess the reason I stopped is that it gets to be a lot of work to juice this every single morning, especially when you have small children. But it is very good for you. All right, so let's see. Our next ingredient here, we are going to do half of a large cucumber. Again, if your cucumbers are much smaller, go ahead and put a whole one of those in. Cucumbers have a lot of water in them. They're, I think, about 98% water. So you want to make sure that you do not take the skin off, because that's really what contains the nutrients. Cucumbers are very hydrating, and you know, you hear about, oh, you got to make sure you drink or eat glasses of water a day, even more if you're working out. Cucumber is really another great way to get that water intake. So let's see, what's our next? All right, our next ingredient here is a handful of spinach. Spinach is such a great addition to add into a juice or a smoothie, and really this can be subbed out for really any type of green. You can put in kale. A lot of people put parsley into the juicer. This, of course, has a lot of iron into it, and depending on the type of juicer you have, whether it's a fast, centrifugal juicer or not, you're going to gain a little bit more, a little bit less of the juice out of it. But we're going to go ahead and just put a handful right in. Again, depending on how you want your juice, you can put a little bit more or a little bit less. All right, our next ingredient here, we are going to put 2 green apples. And I picked 2 green apples. I know an apple a day will keep the doctor away. Lots of nutrients in our apples here. But you know, I wanted the juice to taste a little bit good, so this was the fruit that I decided to add to it. Again, you can also gauge. It's really hard when you're doing a juice recipe to just say, put 2 apples in or put half a cucumber in, because really not all fruit and vegetables yield the same amount of juice. Depending on how ripe it is, you know, just depending on where you got it from, different things like that will make the juice, will make the fruit, you know, have more or less juice in it. So I just gotta cut that apple a little bit more. We're gonna go ahead and put that in. Again, you really do not need to, all you really need to do before prepping for your juice is washing your fruits and vegetables. So a lot of times, you know, something like a green pepper, really easy to wash. If it's not organic or if it seems really dirty, I use something called Thieves right here. It's an all-natural fruit and vegetable cleaner. And then my mom actually bought me this really cool brush to use, and you can scrub off. Celery sometimes is really, really dirty. So I'll use this just to scrub all the dirt. If not, your juice is going to taste like dirt. You're gonna, if your fruit or your vegetables are dirty, then it's going to taste like that. So you just want to make sure that that's clean. We're gonna go ahead and put that in. All right, let's see what's next here. Now we're gonna be doing half of a green pepper. Okay. I love adding green pepper into my juices. It gives it just such a nice little kick. And you also get the added nutrients for that as well. So let's see. Again, if you have red peppers at home or you prefer to use the red, you can go ahead and put that in your juicer. A lot of these ingredients that I'm showing you here today are really interchangeable for what your likes or dislikes are. So this is really just a guide to go off of, okay? And then, of course, it wouldn't be ginger and juice bar without ginger. I put ginger probably in every single juice that I have. Ginger is so good for you. It helps your immune system. It's anti-inflammatory, and it gives that juice just an extra little kick. I love adding ginger right into my juice. So we're gonna put a chunk of ginger. Again, depending on how much you like ginger, you can put a little bit more or a little bit less in there. And I think, let's see, what's our last ingredient here? Our last ingredient is actually half of a lime. And when I wrote this recipe, it's called Give Me All the Greens, so everything is green. And when I went to the store, I unfortunately bought lemons, which are yellow. Again, these are interchangeable. You're not going to know the difference, but I just kind of wanted everything to be green, but you won't even see that once it goes in there. So just miss that last apple there. Go ahead and put that in. Just kind of want to push this down, get the rest of it. The other thing, you know, some people kind of have like that negative connotation of the juicing because the stuff coming out on the edge here, it's basically wasted. Whereas with a smoothie, this would go right into the smoothie. So a couple things. Some people actually put this pulp right into a smoothie. You can save it and do that. You can also make different like health cookies or crackers, stuff like that. You can make dog treats with them. The other really great thing is you can use it as compost. It's great to put in your compost in your backyard and use that as well. So you definitely do not have to be wasteful for what comes out of that. Okay. All right, perfect. So after we do that, I'm going to put, you can really use, this is the CBD that I told you about. This, we're using the mint one today. You can put about 2 to 4 mLs in here. It's about four drops or so. So we're just gonna stick that right in 1, 2, 3, 4. You can put a little bit more. CBD is really wonderful for anxiety. It also helps you feel, you know, very relaxed. And it really adds just some extra nutrients into your juice if you haven't tried it before. And again, we are featuring, hard to see it, I think, the Kadence Naturals. And again, that's with a K. All right, so I think we've pretty much got all of that. We always add a little bit of ice to our juices. We do this at the juice bar. We add them right into a cocktail shaker, shake them up a couple times. You don't have to do this, but I just prefer my juice to be cold versus room temperature. So I'm going to add a little bit of ice into the cocktail shaker. Okay, and then we're going to shut this off. And then you'll just want to pour your juice right into the shaker. Go ahead and cover that. You're going to want to make sure the lid is on nice and tight. Shake, shake, shake. No, this is not a boomerang. This is me actually shaking. And then we're going to go ahead and pour that out right into our glass. It's real fun to garnish it. Today I chose to garnish it with celery because I can eat it afterwards. And then of course you always see a garnish from anyone at Ginger and Juice Bar with a reusable straw. When I'm drinking a juice versus a smoothie, I love the metal straws. They also make whatever you're drinking a little bit colder, and I love my juice cold. So we're gonna go ahead and pour that right in. Oh, this is a new part. We'll go ahead and do it. Okay. And voila, there is your Gimme All the Greens juice. Let's go ahead and try this. Mmm. Oh, that's so good. The green pepper with the ginger gives it such a good kick. And then just the cucumber in there just really, oh, this whole thing is so good. Can't wait for you guys to try this. And whenever you do try it out at home, please tag at Ginger and Juice Bar. We'd love to see your different creations. And look out for us next week. We are going to be posting on Wednesday our Smoothie Sista's Kids. That's going to be featuring my little ones, Hayden and Ethan. So please join us for that. And cheers. Sip it on ginger and juice.